Are you had been drained of blood, and several cuts and lacerations were visible on the body. The autopsy report revealed that Elizabeth had been severely beaten, sexually assaulted, and mutilated. She had been alive at the time of the initial assault but had been killed by blunt force trauma to the head. The killer had removed several organs from the body and had cut the corners of her mouth to create a Glasgow smile. The investigation into Elizabeth Short's murder was one of the most extensive and high-profile investigations in Los Angeles history. The police received thousands of tips and interviewed hundreds of suspects, but no conclusive evidence was found. Several suspects were arrested and questioned, but no one was ever charged with the crime. One of the most notorious suspects in the Black Dahlia murder case is Dr. George Hodel, a prominent Los Angeles physician and socialite. Hodel was never officially charged with the crime, but many believe that he was responsible. He had a history of sexual deviancy and was known to frequent the same bars and nightclubs that Elizabeth Short had been seen in before her death. Another suspect in the case was Leslie Dillon, a salesman and writer who had a connection to the owner of the vacant lot where Elizabeth's body was found. Dillon had a history of mental illness and had written several disturbing and violent stories, leading some to speculate that he may have been involved in the murder. However, like Hodel, Dillon was never charged with the crime. Several other suspects were identified and questioned during the investigation, including a former soldier, a nightclub owner, and a former LAPD officer. However, none of these suspects were ever charged with the crime, and the case remains unsolved. The investigation into the Black Dahlia murder was one of the most extensive and high-profile investigations in Los Angeles history. The police received thousands of tips and interviewed hundreds of suspects, but no conclusive evidence was found. The investigation was hampered by a lack of forensic technology and the fact that the crime scene had been compromised before the police arrived. Several suspects were arrested and questioned during the investigation, but none of them were ever charged with the crime. In 1949, a man named Robert Manley was arrested and questioned, but he was eventually released due to a lack of evidence. The case has remained unsolved to this day. The Black Dahlia murder case received extensive media coverage in the weeks and months following the discovery of Elizabeth Short's body. The sensational nature of the crime and the mysterious circumstances surrounding the murder made it a popular subject for newspapers and magazines. The case also inspired several books, movies, and TV shows over the years. The Black Dahlia murder case had a significant impact on American culture and society. The brutal nature of the crime and the fact that it remained unsolved for so long captured the public's imagination and fueled conspiracy theories and speculation. The case also highlighted the challenges and limitations of criminal investigations, particularly in cases with few leads and no clear motive. The Black Dahlia murder case had a lasting impact on American society and culture. It inspired a new wave of interest in true crime and sparked a fascination with unsolved mysteries and cold cases. The case also influenced popular culture, inspiring books, movies, and TV shows that continue to captivate audiences today. The Black Dahlia murder case remains one of the most infamous and enduring mysteries in American history. Despite decades of investigation and speculation, the killer has never been identified, and the case remains unsolved. However, the case has also become a symbol of the enduring power of mystery and the human fascination with the unknown. One of the enduring mysteries of the Black Dahlia murder case is the identity of the killer. Despite years of investigation and speculation, no one has ever been definitively identified as the killer. Many theories have been proposed over the years, including the involvement of organized crime, a connection to Hollywood, and the possibility of multiple killers. The Black Dahlia murder case has also spawned numerous conspiracy theories over the years. Some believe that the killer was a prominent Hollywood figure who was protected by the police and other powerful interests. Others believe that the murder was part of a larger conspiracy involving government agencies and secret societies. In recent years, several new developments have emerged in the Black Dahlia murder case. In 2013, a retired LAPD detective named Steve Hodel claimed that his father, Dr. George Hodel, was the killer. Hodel cited circumstantial evidence and his own investigation to support his claim. However, no conclusive evidence has been found to link Hodel to the crime. In 2018, a man named Edward Wayne Edwards was also suggested to be the killer by his own daughter, who believed he was responsible for multiple unsolved murders, including the Black Dahlia case. However, like many other suspects, there is no concrete evidence linking Edwards to the crime. The Black Dahlia murder case remains one of the most intriguing and mysterious unsolved crimes in American history. Despite decades of investigation and speculation, the killer has never been definitively identified, leaving the case shrouded in mystery and speculation. However, the case has also had a profound impact on American culture and society, inspiring fascination with true crime and cold cases that endures to this day. While the truth may never be known, the Black Dahlia murder case continues to captivate and intrigue audiences around the world.